In the final decades of the 19th century, Africa stood at a crossroads. European powers arrived not as guests, but as conquerors, armed with treaties written in bad faith and weapons designed for domination. Across the continent, kingdoms were pressured to submit, adapt, or disappear. In West Africa, one king rejected all three options. His name was Behanzin, ruler of the kingdom of Dahomey, and he would become one of the fiercest symbols of African resistance to European imperialism. Behanzin ascended the throne in 1889, inheriting a kingdom already under intense pressure from France. The French had secured coastal territories and were steadily pushing inland, determined to control trade routes, resources, and political authority. Dahomey stood directly in their path. But Dahomey was not a weak or disorganized state. For generations, it had maintained a centralized monarchy, strict administrative systems, and one of the most disciplined militaries in Africa. At the heart of that military stood the Agoje elite women soldiers trained from youth in combat, endurance, and absolute loyalty to the state. They were not symbolic figures. They were frontline warriors. Behanzin understood the reality of French intentions early. While other rulers attempted compromise or partial submission, he recognized that colonialism was not a negotiation, it was erasure. To submit was to surrender sovereignty, culture, and history itself. So Behanzin prepared for war. He rejected European customs and clothing, intentionally reinforcing Dahomeyan identity. His royal emblem, the shark, symbolized strength, vigilance, and dominance in hostile waters. His message was clear. Dahomey would not be swallowed. In 1890, war broke out. Dahomeyan forces launched bold attacks against French positions, relying on speed, knowledge of terrain, and psychological shock. The Agoji charged fortified lines with fearlessness that stunned European officers. French military records later described their astonishment at facing women who advanced under gunfire without hesitation.